to have.
Yes, Master.
Hey guys, welcome back. Editing has finally begun on my Empire Strikes Back Duel recreation, and none too soon because today is the 38th anniversary. Unfortunately, I found out the green screen lighting was dreadful, so yeah, this is like the worst compositing since Labyrinth, which is pretty bad if you've never seen the movie. Unfortunately, with my limited compositing program, the colors have to be spot on for it to look good. Otherwise, you start chopping off people's noses and hair and things like that. So I've got two choices, three actually. One, leave it as is and dub in funny music so it looks more like a parody. Two, reshoot those scenes this afternoon with my nephew in front of a green screen with better lighting so it'll at least look a little better. Or three, throw in the towel and just give up. Now, I've come too far right now, worked too hard to give up now, although I do want to revisit this in, have it up sometime in time for the 20th, in time for 2020, the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Basically spend a year reshooting things, reorganizing things so it looks really, really good for something fan-made. So, yeah, those are my three options. I'm off to console myself with something sugary because I'm kind of depressed right now. But as soon as I get that, and as soon as I get home and start editing, I will let you know what I've decided to do. So I'll come back later. Okay, now I'm back from my walk. I've done some more editing on the Empire Strikes Back Duel recreation. I've done everything I know how, and I cannot fix the terrible green screen. I've decided that if I can get away with it, I want to talk my nephew into reshooting his 3 scenes that got screwed up. I've got the green screen right here. I've got 2 work lights I can set up to light it a little more evenly, lower the exposure so it doesn't look quite so bright. If he will agree to it, I would do it in a heartbeat, and it won't take that long to capture that footage and composite it. Compositing is pretty much instant in the program I've got, but that's only if he agrees. If he doesn't agree, I'm pretty much up the creek, and I'm going to let him take the blame. Well, okay, I will let him take part of the blame as to why the green screen looks so bad. Granted, the first time around it was completely my fault, but if he doesn't agree to help me reshoot it so I can fix it, well, then it's on him. I still have my top 5 countdown to go through, and today I'm talking about one of my favorite things, which is my top 5 favorite Jedi. And these are going to be Jedi from Clone Wars, the original saga films, and Star Wars Rebels. And you could probably guess who the top 2 are, but I'm going to let you guess with the others. So, starting off with number 5 is Plo Koon. The reason Plo Koon's number 5 on this list is because I got to know him a little bit watching him in Clone Wars. He was the only Jedi we saw in Clone Wars that I immediately liked. He's got a very calm, quiet, methodical presence to him, but he's no slouch flying, he's no slouch fighting. He just seems like a really, really cool Jedi. Plus, he was the one who originally found Ahsoka Tano. Number 4 on my list is none other than the great Master Yoda. While Yoda does have his flaws, he admits to them, he learns from them, and he tries to get Luke not to repeat his mistakes. And he can be witty and funny and a good teacher, an incredible fighter, but then just slow down and just be this old creature with a cane. And Yoda is great. He's got lots of little morsels of wisdom to teach us. One of my favorite Yoda quotes has got to be, "Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose." That's a great life lesson. I think everybody can use that. I really, really love Yoda. He's always been one of my favorite characters, and as you can see, I've got quite a bit of Yoda stuff. My collection is always growing. I absolutely love Yoda. Number 3 on this list is Obi-Wan Kenobi. The reason Obi-Wan is on this list is he seems like a by-the-book Jedi, but he's got some extra dimension to him. Especially as the Clone Wars go on, we found out he had a romance in the past, but unlike Anakin, he was not willing to try and live a double life. He picked a path and he stuck to it. Even if it broke his heart, he just kept going. And it's just so, I mean, he is a great Jedi. He would have been a great Jedi without the extra dimension he got in Clone Wars, but with Clone Wars, it adds a whole new dimension. You get to see just the kind of Jedi he is, and that one episode where he pops up in Rebels, Twin Suns, is one of my favorite Rebels episodes ever. I need to rewatch that one soon, but yeah, Obi-Wan is just a great, great Jedi. Number 2 on this list is Kanan Jarrus. Kanan is number 2 on the list because even though he lost his master during Order 66, ran away, basically became a alcoholic on the run for a while. After he joined up with Hera's crew, he sobered up and became a really, really good Jedi. He was officially knighted later on in Rebels as a teacher to Ezra and also Sabine. It makes him, he's just an amazing Jedi, and it breaks my heart that he's gone now, but at least he went out in a way worthy of a Jedi, and he's just a really great character. So, finally, my number 1 favorite Jedi in Star Wars is, well, it's no surprise, is it? Luke Skywalker. The reason Luke is my favorite Jedi of all time, not just in canon, but in Legends, is because of who he is. I mean, he starts off life as this naive but very earnest and hardworking farm boy. Well, I don't know about hardworking. He starts off, the first time we meet Luke, he is a bored, somewhat whiny farm boy who dreams of adventure, gets thrown into it, completes the hero's journey, working through different problems and having all sorts of different adventures, and he winds up as this very balanced, confident, hardworking Jedi whose mission it is to rebuild the Jedi Order. Now, he falls away from that, but finally it's Yoda that knocks some sense back into him. He's already a legend at that point, but he becomes even more of a legend with what he pulls on Crate. So, to me, what's not to like? I mean, he is courageous and selfless and skilled and kind and just a little bit shy, and he just jumps right in when something needs to be done. He's just, I can't say enough about him. Luke is my absolute favorite Jedi. I don't think anybody will ever take his place as far as favorite Jedi goes. But yeah, no surprise, that's why I absolutely love Luke Skywalker. Now, some of you may be wondering why Ahsoka Tano wasn't on here or why Rey wasn't on here. Well, the reason being is that while Ahsoka was a Padawan during the Clone Wars, she ended up leaving the Order, and by the time I really, really liked Ahsoka, she was no longer a Jedi. And the reason Rey wasn't on here is because she is not officially a Jedi yet. She has not been knighted. She's hardly learned anything except how to control her movements. She can hardly control the Force at all. She's just flying by the seat of her pants at this point. So, yeah, that's why Rey and Ahsoka were not on this list. So there you go, guys. That's been another Top 5 Countdown by the Clumsy Jedi. I've got another list coming up next week. But the rest of this week is going to be absolutely insane. Tomorrow I'm going to be vlogging all about the dog. The day after, I've got my guest coming out, and we're going to be doing a whole bunch of cool stuff. Next week, we're going to be going out to a national park. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy from here on out. That's the good news. I do have some bad news. Despite my best efforts with the footage I ended up getting, which wasn't very good to begin with, thanks to very, very limited space, the Empire Strikes Back Duel is essentially dead. Yeah, it bit the dust. I cannot, for the life of me, I do not have the proper equipment to do rotosplitting so I can fix the green screen work. I could technically rotoscope it frame by frame, but that would take, oh gosh, at least another month. And after I do that, then I would have to add in the lightsaber blades, which my editing program cannot handle. I mean, I can do green screen with my editor, but the lighting has to be dead perfect for it to work. And, let's just say the lighting in all but one of the shots was absolutely atrocious. I wasn't even thinking of that when I shot it. My mistake. I was thinking of trying to reshoot some of it today, but that is out of the question because, well, my nephew was getting pretty impatient with the whole Duel a couple of weeks ago, and he's been dragging his feet trying to finish it, and he does not want to go back to it. I can't say I blame him. It's getting kind of warm. I don't want to be swinging lightsabers around that are falling apart while wearing a warm costume up in a really warm attic. I'm kind of upset about it, but you know what? We're only human. If I hadn't made the mistake of badly lighting the green screen in the first place, or just dispensing with the green screen and just going to the park saying, screw the scenery, I just want to get the angles right, or I just want to get the costumes right, or the dialogue. Just pick one of them and I could have done it, but all of them, I don't have the budget, I don't have the equipment, and apparently I don't have people who are as obsessed about Empire Strikes Back as I am, at least in the general area. So, yeah, I am saving the very, very rough cut of the Duel recreation right now. The audio and the green screen compositing are both atrocious, not fit to be seen by human eyes, but if anyone is really, really interested, they really want to see it, I may post it to YouTube on a private video, and I will just send somebody the link if they send me a message on Facebook saying, I really, really want to see it no matter how bad it looks. Then you'll see it. I'm still undecided. I may upload outtakes of this, but lesson learned, I need to, first of all, give myself more time. Second of all, light the green screen better. Get a bigger green screen because some of those expanses are absolutely huge. Get a bigger filming area. Spread out the filming over more days. I mean, basically, even for this sequence, with the situation I'm in right now, I would have to give myself 6 months to do it properly so it actually looks good, even without much of a budget. So, yeah, lesson learned. Maybe I can try again for the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. If I start sometime next year, maybe shoot this stuff in winter instead of a season moving into summer, maybe it'll work, but at this point, all the general public is going to see, probably in a couple of weeks, when I'm not so busy, is the outtakes. I hope the outtakes make some people laugh, and while it is a little frustrating, maybe I can come back with a better costume, a better actor, and just more time. So, anyway, I'm not completely giving up on it. I'm just taking a step back and saying I need to start this sucker over again because it looks awful. Anyway, I'm sorry about that sort of dreadful news. I mean, 6 weeks of work down the drain is like, now what? So, yeah. I just need to try again. But that's all for today. Question of the day. Does anybody actually want to see the mess that I've got? If anybody does, please post a comment below, and I will find a way to get it to you without revealing it to the general public because I'm way too embarrassed to do that. So until next time, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off. Bye, guys.